We have some interesting news entering the NFL world, and quarterback Will Levis will have season-ending surgery. We're gonna talk about that. And last night, the Seattle Seahawks made a surprising cut by cutting tight end Noah Fant. Y'all know me and Steve are gonna talk about it and break it all down right after this.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by Steve-O. So if y'all locked in, ready to talk this football talk, man, hit that like button and subscribe. Steve-O, what's the word, my brother?
Was good.
Not much, man. My man's Will Levis is now another name that has fallen to the season-ending surgery category. We talked about my man's in Detroit. Today we talking about quarterback Will Levis. He going season-ending surgery on his right shoulder. That is his throwing shoulder. He said, according to Adam Schefter, that he is dedicated to return to be able to compete at the highest level. Steve-O, how you feeling about this news about Will Levis?
Ain't the best time to get it because we already know they got a quarterback that they brought in Cam Ward, who's going to be their future quarterback. But out of sight is out of mind, and that's the worst place to be in when it comes to the NFL, and most importantly, the QB position when he is not going to be in the sight of most people. There's going to be a quarterback that goes down at some point across the league. They're going to look for some type of replacement, some type of backup that they feel is ready, and he could have been one of those top candidates. He's got experience being starter, experience playing, experience doing some things. So some teams might be willing to take a chance on somebody like a Will Levis. But now that it went up out the door, now that you had season-ending surgery, and the more you off the field and not in front of cameras, the less people forget about you. So it's like a double-edged sword. Like it can be a good thing, but 9 times out of 10, when it comes to football, when you miss time, it's the worst thing that could possibly happen. Especially
Yeah.
when your job is not secured.
Yeah, and I think that that's very important that you mention that because we seen quarterbacks they get injured early and then pretty much they get thrown in the lost and found bin. I remember Trey Lance, he obviously had his opportunities in San Francisco and what was supposed to be a bounce back time for him or a look or an audition to try to see if he's gotten better. He got hurt and then they
Mm-hmm.
shipped him off to Dallas to see what he could do over there. And I don't even know where he's at now. I'm not even gonna lie
Still
to
in
you.
Dallas.
Yeah, so he just kind of shucked away to the side pretty much. And this was supposed to be an opportunity for Will Levis to go out here and at least compete. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that he was going to win the job over Cam Ward, but I do think it could have been an opportunity to see if he had at least grown for all of the headaches that he caused Coach Callahan over there in Tennessee because he was losing his mind all last season because that defense they performed well in a lot of games, and then Will Levis when it got tight when it was fourth quarter we got to take care of the football. Will Levis, I don't know, all screws fell out his top, and then the whole thing just broke down, and he cost that team a couple games last season. But Steve, what does it mean for Cam Ward now?
It's a you ain't got nothing to worry about. You get the at most quarterbacks got to come in, even if they're the top pick, still got to come in, got to prove themselves. You have nothing to prove. You the guy. It is you the end all be all. They're gonna work with you. They're gonna see what you got. They ain't got nobody else. Excuse me.
Oh, my boy needs
They
some
ain't got
water.
no. They ain't got nobody else. Honestly, that they could throw in that rotation unless it's an emergency situation. So if they want any type of success or to see anything that they got, it just makes more sense to put him in the starting role, see what he got, roll him out there, see what you got. So I think when it comes to Cam Ward, it's a shoe in. He ain't got nothing to worry about. All he got to do is worry about is doing his job.
Yeah, so I think that's a fair point. You definitely got to figure things out with it. Obviously Cam Ward, for me, I think he was going to be starting anyway. But Steve-O, his backup is Braden Allen and Tim Boyle. It ain't happening. Cam, this is your job. Cam, this is your job. But the thing that you hope is that they go out there, support him the best way that they can, because Cam Ward, he going into maybe not the best situation, but I think that it's a decent one. I think that they got some defensive players over there. They did take a couple L's this offseason with Harold Landry going over there to New England, but you still got some guys that's still over there that's still a part of the team that you could definitely lean on. The offensive side of the ball, I'm still got a little questions about, but I think that Cam Ward at least could have a solid rookie season to see what he's made of. And you playing in the AFC South. It's always up in the air. Outside of the Houston Texans, we don't know much about Jacksonville. The Indianapolis Colts, we know they got a bunch of good players, but the quarterback position is a bit questionable. I'm not saying you're going out here and making the playoffs, but it's definitely going to be, what are you going to be able to do within your division and the NFL? It's going to be interesting to see from Cam Ward for sure.
Yeah, ain't like he going to no Carolina when they was Carolina. Like he ain't in no Bryce Young situation. He ain't not even in no Drake May situation. So yeah, he kind of got the best of both worlds. He got a defense and the running back. Then he got a little bit of a running game. So like I said, like he got a solid line. D line been criminally underrated for
Yeah,
years.
for
Defense as a
sure.
whole been criminally underrated for years. So yeah, I think he's in a pretty good position to show what he got.
For sure. I think you could pencil Cam Ward in for probably rookie of the year, personally, because
Yeah,
I don't know about Shador, and maybe somebody else might come out of this on the offensive side. Maybe a Matthew Golden. I'm not
yeah,
too sold on that though. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. What Ashton Genty?
yeah.
Pete Carroll gonna run the rock with him a lot. He got an opportunity to go out there and make a name for himself as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and everything down below on that one, man. But Steve-O, now we jump into a move I didn't expect to happen in Seattle, but once you go through the stuff, you kind of understand it. So the Seattle Seahawks, they cut tight end Noah Fant in a move that has saved them close to $9 million in the salary cap. Now, for Noah Fant, his final two seasons in Denver, he put up 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns. But in his time in 3 years with Seattle, only 1,400 yards and not so many touchdowns. And last year, only 48 catches for 500 yards with one touchdown last year. The Seattle Seahawks, they drafted Elijah Arroyo out of Miami, and they got a second year tight end at AJ Barner that they're gonna lean on. How you feeling about the Noah Fant news?
To me, I'm not shocked about it. I mean, he had one of his worst years, if not his worst years. Played his least amount of games. He's only getting older, and like it just been either not where you wanted to be, or it's just been a steady decrease for the last few years. So no offense, especially with the new tight end they brought in, that was kind of the signs that they was kind of moving on from Noah Fant. You also know, like there was times during last year and the years prior where they was trying to use him in a deal for a trade. So you already knew that he was one of those people that wasn't a shoe in for this organization. So yeah, with him being what 27 years old, entering his prime, and he's not producing like prime type numbers, especially for him being an Iowa type of tight end that
Mm,
generates good tight ends. Like
yeah.
he just ain't cutting it, and that's just the end all be all. They gave him 3 years to prove himself. He's been lackluster, so they went to go get a guy in college that they feel like can be the guy that they see and want for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and I definitely feel that, and I think that's a very important piece because Geno Smith was good in Seattle while he was there. Noah Fant was there, and even when Shane Waldron was the OC, can't stand him at this point. I thought that Shane Waldron at least tried to help him a little bit in Seattle, but then if you go back and you just look at the tight end production, you see the amount of targets drop every single year, the amount of receptions for his tight ends dropped every single year. So a guy that's not being productive, but you bringing up a lot of money or taking in a lot of money, you got to understand it to a degree that, hey, sometimes you're going to be looked at as expendable, especially when the organization is saying, hey, if we cut him, we can save $9 million. And it's not a dead cap type of scenario to where we'll be just losing $9 million or close
Right.
to it, that's a business move. It's not the end all be all for Noah Fant. I mean, I think right now you get an opportunity to go out there and probably find another location.
A backup
Maybe,
role though. I
yeah,
think
look,
it's yeah. I think it's to the point now. He's gotten his try out in Denver. He's gotten his try here. Like he can't catch. That's the problem. That's really his problem. Like if you look at his targets, like he have 60 targets, but only like receive 50 of them. Or
yeah,
last year, he had 64 targets, only had 48 receptions. That's
yeah,
not
that's not
good.
good enough.
It's not. So like that, like the thing is like people like him become backup tight ends more quicker than him for some reason. And I think what it is, he has the size, he has the physical makeup and the pedigree from the school he came from that everybody thought he could turn into a good tight end. It just ain't happening. It just ain't
Yeah,
happening.
it's just a situation to where you're gonna have to. Hey, that's maybe you got to go and bounce around a little bit. That's just what it is. Maybe sign a 1 year deal somewhere, prove it, see if that system works for that team, whatever, wherever that may be. Um, and then you can probably bounce back. I know that it. You let me know. Do you think the Miami Dolphins maybe take a look at him? They did trade Jonnu Smith, and
You might
then
as well keep John Smith.
yeah, see it. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be a business decision that he gonna have to figure out on his own, and then come around to and see what he if he can revitalize his career in a way. Because right now you just looking like a premier backup.
yeah. Like
So
the fact Darren Waller got a second chance and with his history
oh yeah,
shows
they
you
did
how
pick up Darren Waller in Miami.
it just
So
shows you how not good he is. Or I ain't gonna say not good. Just not a starting quality tight end, I should say.
I agree with that. I think that is something you keep your eyes on. But hey, just wanted to give y'all something quick, the latest news, what's going on right now in the world. And man, Steve, you got anything left, bro?
I'm trying to think. I thought was tweaking. Didn't somebody just get paid?
Oh yeah, my man's in Kansas City.
Yeah,
Galoftis is his name,
Galoftic.
I believe. Yeah, yeah. He just got paid big money. I think that's really, really good for him too. Especially when you consider how much he got paid. That was good stuff.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
real good
if
stuff.
I'm not mistaken, he's leading in the linebacker category. He's leading something like either sacks or tackles or something. So he's definitely deserving of that money. Because at first I was sitting here looking at that defense like I don't know if anybody deserves some money, but then I'm like, I can't be like that. There was some quality defense players on that team, and the
Agreed.
linebacker core was one of them. So
Yeah, I think when you look at him, his ass was only he was third in pretty much QB hits. It was only
yeah,
guys like Trey Hendrickson above him. So that speaks highly of him. And I think that you ain't even have to give up that much money. You know what I'm saying? I think
yeah,
it's
it was
like a
like
3 or 4
60,
year, 94 mil, something like
94.
that.
Yeah, for a
Hey, something like
linebacker,
that.
that's a deal.
Yeah, I think that's real good for him. And he's still relatively young. He's been definitely one of those. I think the last 2 or 3 seasons, 24 and a half sacks. So that's real good production for him. And I think that the Kansas City Chiefs, they need all the trenches they can get because it's going to be a dog fight in the AFC West, bro. A dog fight.
Especially in the AFC and they division, especially too.
Bro, it's just going to be crazy
And
work.
weak.
But hey, y'all let us know how y'all feeling about all things discussed today, man. And y'all make sure y'all stay locked in and tuned in for more content. It's on the way. Football is here. Teams are reporting in, and it's time to get it cracking. Go ahead and put y'all your send your girl your message, send your guy your message, whoever. Let them know it's about to be football season all over again. Let's get it for sure.
Me.
Anything else, Steve-O?
Nah.
But hey, that is it from us, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in into another episode. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell, man. We appreciate y'all over here. Make sure y'all always love football, and y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
This has been a presentation